I am Vinnie Tortorich. Folks, your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, guaranteed. Yeah, call me. It's a Friday show. So when people call in, I like it. It's become my favorite show. Don't tell Anna. Don't tell Chris. But I love this show. I love talking to people. And we've been doing more of this because people want it. So without any further ado, speaking of Chris, let me bring Chris Shaffer in here. Chris Shaffer, yeah.
What are you not supposed to tell me, Vinny?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it. So, Chris, how you doing, man?
Doing good. Running around like a headless chicken, so 100% normal.
Yeah, that's kind of how we roll. You know, you and I, you know that the old saying, when you're on the Serengeti, you wake up in the morning, and if you're a zebra, you have to be faster than the slowest zebra in order to live. And if you're a lion, you have to be faster than the slowest lion and faster than the slowest zebra, or you won't get to eat. The moral of that story is when you wake up in the morning, you better be fucking running. Right? And yeah. You better
literally or figuratively.
And you and I do that every day. And you know what? We're not special and we're not different. I think most people who, go-getters, people who are go-getters, people that want to get stuff done, they work the same way. They wake up in the morning and their ass better be running. And I do think that that's the most successful people out there, the ones that wake up and hit the ground running. Motivation, enthusiasm, having any kind of enthusiasm about anything is a good thing, right? I say it at the end of every show, put life into living and do it with enthusiasm. I mean, be enthusiastic about something. I don't care what it is. If you collect Beanie Babies, get enthusiastic about it because that leads to other things, right? When I decided, you know the story, Chris, I was going to buy an air-cooled Porsche,
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, because I was watching a movie called Class with Rob Lowe from the 1980s. And he was driving a red Porsche convertible. I was like, you know what? Back then, I always wanted a Porsche. I think I'm going to get myself a Porsche. I've worked my ass off in life. I'm going to get a Porsche. So I started looking into it, as we do. The first thing you do is you go to the internet and you start looking around. And I went, okay, I can afford a certain level of an air-cooled, because they were going up in price really fast. And now I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get this car. I'm going to buy low. Something might have a little rust on it, might have a few miles on it, too many miles. I'll get it to a guy. I'll restore it. I'll make it like new again. And then I'll just let it keep going up in price. I will have a hobby and I will have a Porsche for the first time in my life. And I started thinking about it. And when I realized, as much as I want that Porsche, I'm not a Porsche guy. Maybe I am. I don't know. I won't know until I get one. But I started thinking, do I really want this? Once I do this, what's next? The country club? What are we going to go? Where do I go from here? I'm going to start hanging. I'm going to start flipping my collar up on my Izod shirt. What am I going to do after this? Right? I'm going to start wearing linen pants and loafers with no socks. Where do you go? I'm going to buy the stupid driving shoes with the little nipples on the bottom. You've seen them, right, Chris? The leather moccasins with the little nipples, driving shoes. And I started seeing myself, am I going to be the guy with a Porsche hat? So that when I walk in, all the ladies can see I got a Porsche. I didn't know where this thing was going to end, right? So I quit looking on the internet that night because I broke out into a cold sweat. It's like, I don't think I'm Porsche guy. But what do you really want? think of something you've really wanted. And you see, watching a movie from 1983 or 4 got me thinking, right? It got me thinking about something. And then when I worked it through my brain, I realized I didn't want it. But then it made me think, what do you really want anything besides just working every day? And it turned out that what I wanted, I always wanted to build like a wooden boat, like a canoe or something. I wanted to build something, right? And that's how it started. And I remember talking a couple of years early to this guy, Joey Schott, who fixed my boat right when I moved here. I had a regular fiberglass boat, a composite kayak. And Joey Schott fixed my boat, and turned out Joey was one of the best wooden boat builders in the world. At least in the United States, it's probably considered number 2, right? And he told me, he goes, man, I'm a big fan. I've lost some weight. I've had some health problems. And if I can ever help you, you can use all of my tools. I didn't just use Joey's tools. Joey was there with me every Saturday. That boat could not have be as beautiful. I learned everything from Joey. Joey taught me the world, right? And that, Chris, that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to build something with my hands. It was such a pleasure. It took 320 hours. And it's like losing weight or anything else. When you're at the beginning of it, you can't see the end, right? But if you just keep working on that goal every day, and I can only work on it on Saturdays. I got down to Joy's shop, or over to Joy's shop, east of here in Richmond. I went there every Saturday and spent somewhere between 9 and 12 hours in that shop every Saturday. And 320 hours later, I had a kayak. A beautiful kayak. You've seen photos of it, right, Chris?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. And by the way, it wouldn't have been that good looking without Joey. Let me be completely honest about this. It could not have been what it was, right? But I learned something in the process. I have a beautiful boat. I was out in it last weekend. Every time I get in that boat, I'm in the water in that boat, and people come up to me and say, I can't believe you put that thing in the water. You put that thing in the water. I said, yeah, it's a boat. It's supposed to be in the water. You make it for the water. There's a movie I saw while I was building my boat. Someone brought it to my attention. It was called Must Love Dogs. It was a rom-com. And it was, I can't remember the actors in it, but it was that beautiful girl. She's about my age. I can't remember her name right now. Diane Lane was in it.
Diane Lane and John Cusack, right?
Diane Lane is she is gorgeous. And John Cusack is in the movie. And John Cusack is building wooden rowboats in the movie. That's his thing, right? And a rich guy comes along and wants to buy, a guy, I'm not kidding, popped collar, little nipples on his driving shoes, the whole thing, the kind of guy I didn't want to become. He goes to John Cusack in a movie and he goes, hey, I want to buy that boat. And John Cusack goes, great, I finally sold the boat. I can take this girl on a date. And he goes, but I want you to saw it in half for me so I can hang it on the wall in my boathouse. And John Cusack wouldn't sell it to him, right? And I looked at that movie while I was building my boat, and I said, wow, I was about to become nipple shoe guy, right? You know what I'm talking about when I say nipple shoes, right?
Yeah, they just have, quote, traction, unquote, right? It's like baby cleats.
They call them driving moccasins. They look really comfortable. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind having a pair. I just don't want, it's kind of like a moped. I wouldn't mind having them. I just don't want anyone to see them on me.
Yeah, it's the fancy version of Crocs. Right.
Oh God, please don't put anything in a Croc category. Who did that? All right, listen, we got a lot of show to do today, folks. So I've gone on for too long. But at any rate, if you want to do something in life, it takes time. And now this year I'm building a train. Chris, did you see I put a little thing up on the X of my train? I'm not done yet. But if people want to see my train, it's on the X. You can go
Your
check it out.
crazy train. Yeah.
Yeah, I did it to Crazy Train. I put Ozzy Osbourne's song in there, and I showed my little train going around the track. Yeah.
And it's funny, Vinny, because you say it's not done, but it looks darn good.
It's coming around. And again, I could not do that. That's a professional level job. You see, my thing in life is you hire the right people to not do it for you, but to teach you how to do it. Right? And the pure example I always give of this, I've been hunting my whole life. I know my way around a gun. I had my first gun when I was 5, Red Ryder BB gun. I had my first shotgun when I was, 10 or 11. The thing was heavier than me. I'd shoot it, I'd fall over forward because the thing was heavier than me. But I know a lot about guns. But when I got into, I was a very good trap shooter, but I went over to the skeet field. I wasn't good at it. I mean, I looked okay. I know how to use a shotgun, right? But I wasn't great. Instead of wasting years and tons of shotgun shells trying to get good at it with repetition, I hired a guy. And said, hey, his name was Bob. Bob, please, Bob King. Bob, stand behind me. Show me what I'm doing wrong. I did the same thing with golf at one time. I got back into golf after college for a while. I was play a little bit. And I was shanking balls out at the range and the whole thing. And I saw this golf pro helping someone else. And when he was done, I meandered over and I said, hey, you got time for another client? He goes, not today. I said, well, when? He goes, next week. We scheduled something. In a couple of sessions, he said, oh, your hips are shifting. You're doing this, you're doing that. Next thing you know, the ball's going straight again. It's the same thing with diet, weight loss, exercise, everything else. Get the help. Get the help. It makes a big difference. And on that note, we're going to talk to Shelli. Chris, is she ready to rock and roll?
Vinny, that's exactly why we do this version of the show.
Yeah.
Right? Lets people share their stories, ask their questions, and get the help that they need. Miss Shelli, I know we have you queued up here in the background. Give me a thumbs up in the camera if you're ready to come on in. We'll bring you on in. There it is. Hey, Miss Shelli, how you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
We can't complain. Look at us. Who's better than us right now? We're talking to you. I love Shelli's little thing at the bottom. It says, in it to win it. You should work for Hallmark.
I should work for you.
You should. Chris, do we have any positions open? Can we hire Shelli?
Oh, we can find something.
Shelli, don't ask. Listen, we've hired fans of the show before. The woman who does the show notes, Leona.
Yeah.
And now we have Leona doing another job. Right? Like we keep increasing her job. She might have to quit her regular job just to work on her side hustle. Yeah. So tell us about yourself, Shelli. How did you find me in this, and how can we help you do even better?
So I am the very first time I heard the Mike Rowe podcast that you were on. I started to listening to all of your podcasts. And then just to keep up with it, I started, slowly, like I didn't go cold turkey. I just kind of started playing around with the diet. And then I started doing what everybody does, clean out the counters, clean out the cupboards and get rid of everything. I hardly have anything in my cupboards anymore. And then the reason I said I should work for you is because I became obnoxious. Like everybody that knows me, I go, the guy I listen to on the podcast, Vinnie. And they're like, oh, yeah, Vinnie. You talk about him all the time. But the reason I did it, the reason I started a health journey is what I call it, not a weight loss journey, was my mom died about 9 years ago. My dad died within a year, and then my sister died within a few years later. And they all died from heart disease. Oh. And I was always more like one of the skinnier people in my family, but my mom, her sister, their mother, always heavy and always struggling. And it was really sad to watch, And once they died, and especially when my mom, because we were really close, it just broke my heart. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm choosing differently. I don't care. I'm in my 50s. So I actually had lived in Richmond, and then I moved back to Florida, where I'm originally from, and I got with a functional medicine doctor, and I started working with her, and I started spin classes. And it's kind of like I'm the same way. When I go at something, I go 100%. So I started doing spin classes, and I thought I was going to die after the first one. And I'm in my 50s, and everybody else in there is, like 25 with a big blonde ponytail.
Yeah.
And then there's me, the old lady. And I started doing those, and I lost about 15 pounds of body fat in a few years.
Wow.
So I just kept getting measured with the functional medicine doctor, and every chance I can get, I just try to improve myself. So then I went to eating, no sugar, no grains when I found it. Then I found intermittent fasting. I started adding that in, and I've lost about 23 pounds of body fat so far. And I keep gaining muscle and losing body fat. So I know I'm going down the right road.
Nice.
Also went to a cardiologist, and I'll be 67 in a week and a half. Went to a cardiologist a couple years ago. She said, you get an A+. You've changed the whole trajectory of your family history of heart disease. And, I'm really proud of you. And I was like, wow, that's why I did it.
Well, I can tell you this, Shelli, you don't look sick. Did you say 66?
67, in a couple of weeks.
67. You don't look like, you look younger than me. I'm turning 63 in a couple of weeks, and you look younger than me. So you're doing something right. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have one child. Actually, my husband was killed while I was pregnant 32 years ago almost. And I raised my daughter alone. Thank you.
Yeah,
it's why I went to Richmond.
So let me ask you this. Is your daughter on the same kind of wavelength you are as far as health and fitness, or what is she doing?
Yes. Yes, she's great. She is almost 32 now, and she has 4 kids. So I have 4 grandbabies, which is fun. Oh, yeah, she works out every day. She's very ambitious about anything she does.
I think it's important that we teach people. I watch a lot of these shows. I was watching a show that was, it talks about, it was called quarterbacks, or I think it was wide receivers last year, where they took 4 wide receivers from the NFL. And they chronicled these guys, and when they signed their second contract, that's when they can make what they call generational wealth, right? A lot of these guys come out of, poor black neighborhoods and the whole thing. They work the first 4 years. They're millionaires in the first 4 years, but being a millionaire does not mean that you're going to have money forever. And then they get those $80 million, $100 million contracts, basically winning the lottery, right? And they call it generational wealth. And I think about that, right? And you say to yourself, okay, this is good that you pulled yourself up by the bootstraps. But generational wealth means that your kids are going to have this wealth. Will you be teaching them? Because the person that makes the money knows what it takes to make that money, right? He had to get up and work his ass off and do things when no one else was looking to become the best there is to get that kind of money, right? You look at someone like Shaquille O'Neal, who has generational wealth for several generations. That guy, God only knows what he's worth. And I've heard him in interviews say, I'm rich. My kids are not rich. I'm rich. And there's a truth behind that, right? He wants his kids to learn, right? He doesn't want to just hand them money. He wants them to learn what it takes to work and how to do things. And I wonder if these guys with the generational wealth will just hand it to their kids or make them work for it, right? You broke a problem. You lost your mother, your father, and your sister, right? Of heart disease. God, you've had more loss. I can't even imagine. You lost your husband before your daughter was born. I can't even imagine the loss you've suffered in your life. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that at a young age. But if you don't teach your daughter what you're learning, that's not a good thing. And I love hearing that she's following along. So thank you for doing that. Right.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all the help you've given me over all the years. It's just been a great it was a great boost to me when I needed to do something else after doing the spin for so long. And during this, I got diagnosed with scoliosis a few years ago. Just have a slight bend in my spine. So I do hot yoga. I go to a chiropractor. I'm feeling really good now that I eat NSNG as best I can. I don't, I'm not perfect. I screw up, none of us are, but I try to get right back on it and, use your movies, your podcast as motivation to get right back up. Right. And I don't have any pain anymore. I used to wake up with pain in the morning, just my joints, everything ached. But now I wake up and I'm feeling better than I felt in many, many, many years.
That's the way you should feel. Think about it. Isn't it amazing at our age we feel young? Don't you feel young? Like
Yes.
I feel young.
Yes.
Right. I was telling, I had to meet with a money manager. My wife and I met with a money manager a couple of weeks ago. And he said to me, because they want to, what are your goals? And I said, my goals is I want to keep doing things physically that I was able to do when I was young. He goes, what's your financial goals? I said, I just told you my financial goals. Money means nothing to me. I want to be able to do things. And he goes, but that's not financial goals. And I said to him, listen, when I was broke, when I didn't have 2 dimes to rub together, I skied 25 or 30 days a year. Now I have something and I haven't skied in 5 years. There's a problem with that. And he got real quiet and I said, is everything okay? He goes, I never thought of it that way. He goes, so when you were broke, you were able to go do things and now you feel like you can't. I went, I know I can't. I'm too busy trying to keep this hamster wheel going. Right. Your job is to get me back to do more of the thing. Now, look, I got nothing to complain about. I did leg day today. Let me brag. Everyone likes to brag. I just did leg day at the gym. Right. I started rollerblading again. I'm on my spinners. I do everything. Right. But I want to keep doing everything. His job as a financial guy is to figure out how to let me continue to do things. Because all the money in the world means nothing if you don't have physical health.
Yep.
Right.
So a year ago, Hurricane Helene hit this area, St. Pete, and my house. So I just sound like Debbie Downer here, but my house got 2 feet of water in it. So I'm living in basically an independent living place. I'm the only one wheeling my bicycle in and out of the elevator. Everybody else is on those little walkers,
God.
And I'm running in and out to hot yoga all the time, running to work in the morning. I mean, I look terrible right now because I didn't even clean up my makeup. I just came right to this. I didn't want to be late. So I'm so excited. But my house got devastated. But just to watch these older people try and get around, you're so right. You don't have anything if you don't have your health and mobility.
My parents bought a new car the other day, and they're getting closer to 90, and I was like, bought a new car. I mean, the other one, they're like, yeah, we need to get around. We're not stopping, right? We like to go here, we like to go there, and the whole thing is like, I was like, yeah, you think, oh, you get older, why are you buying another car? You can just limp this one in to your grave, and you'll be fine. But they're still living. I looked at that and I went, oh yeah, that's what I need to do. And then the next day I'm in with the financial guy and I went, get me skiing again.
Yeah.
And he goes, you can go skiing. I went, I don't feel like I can go skiing. And if I can go maybe once a year, how do I go 30 days a year again? And my wife jumped in. She goes, well, you used to live close to Mammoth. You were able to just scamper up on the weekends. I went, give me 10 days a year. Give me whatever. If I can't do what I did when I was broke, why have a dime? Why have a dime? Right?
Yeah.
And you're doing it. I see the smile on your face and I see what you're doing. Keep doing it.
Thank you.
Keep doing it. And thank you for sharing your story. And by the way, when you say thank me for, I didn't do the work, Shelli. You did the work.
Thank you.
Right? That's the key.
You motivated me a lot. You motivated me a lot. A lot more than you know, like a daily. I know all your stories. I've listened to your podcast so many times over and over and over again. I've heard all your stories.
I have to find a different podcast, but there's a lot of true crime podcasts you can go to. But yeah, I love it. I love that, you took your life, you looked at what happened to your parents, your sister, and you took it and you ran with it. More power to you. Good job.
Yeah. The girls at work are like, why would you go to hot yoga? You live in the middle of Florida. Like, why are you going to hot yoga? It's 90 degrees outside. I'm like, because it feels really good and it burns a lot of calories and I can stretch really deeply with hot yoga. It feels so good.
Yoga. Yeah, it's the best. It's like, it's better than a massage.
Yeah.
It's better than
so good.
a massage. I can't wait to get my own sauna so I could just stretch in my own sauna. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels so good. People don't know what they're missing. They don't want to put in the work. They just want to take a pill. It's America. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Don't get me going. I'm going to start sounding like you, Gran Torino, with the GLP-1s and all that.
We're in America. It's a pill culture. It's America.
No.
Oh, you got me thinking of a song. Let me see if I can find it. Do you know this song? Tell me if you know the song. Sorry, Debbie, you're going to have to cut it out of the show. But I love this song right here. See if we can pull it up. Listen to the words in this song. It's Toby Keith, called American Ride.
Winter getting colder, summer getting warmer, tidal wave come across the Mexican border. Why by gallon, it's cheaper by the barrel, just don't get busted singing Christmas carols. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. Both into the ice on burning. Funny how the world keeps turning. This American.
Whenever I hear this song, I think about everything that's going on in the world, the pill culture, everything, every 5 minutes they're telling us, every 5 minutes they're telling us, oh, the polar ice caps are melting. Oh, now they're not melting. We're going to have an ice age. Shelli, think about that. In our lifetime, they told us back in the 70s, listen, if we don't change everything in the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to be in an ice age. And that was back in the 70s. Right? You and I are old enough to remember that. Remember we had our earth shoes and everything. You had to wear your earth shoes. Remember that? Remember that bullshit? And then, of course, that didn't happen. Right? So then in the 80s came along and they said, oh boy, we got a problem. Acid rain. It's acid rain. Crops, you won't be able to make anything. Acid rain. We're killing the planet with the acid rain. As a matter of fact, you two wrote a song called, about the acid rain. Streets have no names, because the acid rain was going to, wipe all of the signs off and everything. Streets have acid rain. Okay. If we don't do something in the next 10 years, good luck getting a vegetable, because you won't be able to grow it with all the acid rain. Well, that didn't happen. So then they went, wait a minute. We have a picture of a polar bear sitting on a piece of ice, thin piece of ice. That's all that's left to the polar ice cap. What people don't realize is polar bears get on those pieces of ice to go find fish, and then they jump in and swim and go get the fish. But, we got that picture of the polar bear on one little piece of ice. It's like, look, the seas, they came up 20 inches last year, right? Ooh. Hey, Malibu, if you guys don't watch out within 3 years, all your houses on the beach, they're going to be underwater. Well, it turns out at some point they burned. But that's a whole different story. Okay. They told us that 10 years ago. Nothing happened, right? The part they leave out is the world is always changing, right?
Yes.
We go up a half a degree. We go down a half a degree. We got Greta Thunberg yelling at us. The fact of the matter is that It's supposed to do that. If you look at the Farmer's Almanac and go back to the early 1900s, we've been going through the same fluctuation year in and year out. And we got Greta Thunberg yelling, "How dare you?" Right? That's where we are in the world. Right? And you get a turtle with a straw up his nose. Next thing, you can't have a straw. Straws are outlawed. I swear to God, where do you live? You live in Florida? I was living in California. Yeah. They outlawed plastic straws in California.
Oh yeah, we did it here too. They would have had a whole campaign on it. Plastic straws. Never mind about all the plastic bags and all the other crap that's in the ocean.
Yeah, all the stuff that plastic straws had to go. So yeah, that's the world we live in. That's why you got to do the best you can all the time. I didn't mean to go on a rant, but that song reminds me of that American Ride. Toby Keith is dead. If he had known what was coming, he wrote that song. That song's about 15 or 20 years old.
Yeah, it's old enough to drive.
Yeah, that song has been around for a long time. And here we are, still doing it. All right? Love that American Ride. Well, Shelli, thanks for being on today. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Vinnie.
Folks, if you're anything like Shelli, you're probably using Villa Capelli. Villa Capelli olive oil, the best olive oil on the planet. I can't get enough of it over here. Let them know we sent you. Go to Villa Capelli and put in promo code Vinnie, VINNIE, for 10% off. If you spend $140 minus the discount, you'll be above $125. They'll give you free shipping. So there's two ways to save at Villa Capelli. They have a new packaging for 3-liter 10. It's a spout on the bottom, so you can pour from the bottom. I mean, come on. They're innovating all the time over there. Best oil on the planet. Villa Capelli, let them know we sent you. Promo code Vinnie, VINNIE, no wimpy Y. Villa Capelli olive oil. It's the only one I will use. Chris, who do we have over there? Who's up?
We have Miss Maria up next. And Vinnie, the one thing you left out of that, oh, it's going to get too hot, too cold, is eggs are good for you. Eggs are bad for you. Eggs are the best thing that you can eat. Eggs are the worst thing that you can eat, right? The only thing that has stayed the same is what you actually should eat, which is what we talk about on this show. Miss Maria, I see that you're all flipped around down there. Give me a thumbs up in the camera if you're ready to come on in. There she is. Hey, Miss Maria.
Today, Chris. How you doing, Maria?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. You sound kind of low.
Am I low?
Yeah. And I can't turn my thing up any higher over here. Now I can't hear you at all. Chris, can you help Maria?
Yeah, let me see if I can.
While Chris is doing that, we'll just tell Maria.
Is this better?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take these out.
There you go. How you doing?
All right. I'm good. I'm really good. I didn't expect to be meeting you, so I'm a little awestruck right now. I'm watching the tennis with Osaka, and she's beating, and this is a joy just to meet you. I just wanted to meet you.
Oh, wow. You see, Chris, I wish women were this into me when I was single. Now look at me. Women just want to come on and say hi.
Stop.
How does that work? Well, Maria, it's a pleasure to meet you. How did you find me and this and all of it?
Well, you're one of the first people a couple of years ago that I started listening to because you just made sense and you were so entertaining. And then I was just doing it while I was doing my hour walks. And you're the one that got me from eating, non-meat, sugar high food, even though it wasn't, I never had a problem with weight gain. I'm thin, very thin, but it was out of the entertaining of your show that I started listening to you, and then changed my whole life. I'm now 100% carnivore. I know you're not yay or nay about it, but every day when you have a new podcast, I just try to listen to it, or every week, whatever.
Yeah, I have nothing against carnivore at all.
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to go, to be honest. And you are lean.
I'm very lean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was very, very sick in April, and that's what changed. That's what changed it. Just, and I can't tell you how incredible I feel. Like, I'm 57 years old, just about to be 58, and I've always been active. I'm a yoga teacher, but I did the hardcore. I'm really hardcore kind of gal. When I was a marathon runner, I ran, and that's what I appreciate with you, because you're hardcore, and but you're also balanced. I didn't have that balanced. I was like, my friends call me the pendulum. I go one extreme to the other. So anyway, I just admire you, and I just wanted to say hello. That's all.
Well, look, there's nothing wrong with being hardcore, but there is a balance, right? I remember when I was a kid, and I think this is why I never did drugs in my life, because I would have done all the drugs, right? You get what I'm saying, right? It's like,
I did. Don't worry, I did.
Yeah, I can't do anything halfway, and you can't do it. So when I was a kid, someone said to me, like in second grade, "Hey man, when you walk down the sidewalk, don't step on the crack. You'll have bad luck."
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I'd walk down the street and I couldn't look up. I had to look down and make sure. It was like I would do like a hopscotch step just to miss a crack. And one day I said to myself, it's like I'm spending my whole life looking down, I was probably in fifth grade at this point. I spent years, maybe I was very young. And I was like, I'm always looking down so I don't step on a crack. And I got to tell you, I've had my share of bad luck. So obviously this is not a thing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to purposely step on a crack. And I did, and nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. The skies didn't open up. No lightning came down, nothing. So then the obsession became, when I walked, I had to step on every crack. Right? You see how it changes? I went from not being able to step on a crack to step on every crack. And then I told myself, after a couple of years of looking down, stepping on cracks, then you got to stop all of this. Look up and see the world.
Yeah.
Look up and see the world. I was very young, but I had the wherewithal to go, not stepping on crack did nothing for me, but had me looking down. Stepping on cracks didn't do anything except having me looking down, and there's a whole world to see. Right. So my thing became, in my obsessions, to make my obsession moderation. Right. And of course I still have a problem. I mean, I became an ultra cyclist. I mean, that's not moderation at all.
I'm the same way. And I think I'm the same way. My friends would say, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. And I was like, yeah. I mean, anyway, I just love hearing your stories. You're so, and I love, last day when I was listening to you, you had said that you felt so bad because you had did something, helping out middle-aged actors that wanted to, like Weight Watchers or something like that, and you were the one that helped them to lose weight, even though they pretended it was Weight Watchers, and you felt so bad, and now you have to do things free. And I just said, what an honorable man. No, we all fucked up in our lives, and we're doing the best we can. And I don't know. I just said, what a guy. Like, and so anyway, I just wanted to. I mean, yes, you can probably help me out, whatever, but I am a one. I don't need a group, but I do admire a group. Does that make sense? Like.
Yeah, no, it makes complete sense to me. And by the way, I never said it was Weight Watchers. I said it was a weight loss.
I know, but you made it.
I don't want to get in trouble with
That's the only way
Watchers.
I can give an example. I know you were very good, and you also said that wasn't one of my clients. You were very but I was just trying to make a
Oh yeah, I just got to be very clear in the air. But
I know, so do I, because I have clients as well that I got to be very clear, and privacy. I totally get it. So
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, there's a lot of things I did in my life that I wasn't proud of, and made a living doing that.
Me too.
it was like, I don't want to lie to people anymore. I remember, I know I told the story on the air, but when I first moved to Hollywood, to Beverly Hills and everything, I got an ad. That was back in the days when infomercials were the biggest thing on television. You know, people would watch infomercials as entertainment, right? And I was in one of the hottest infomercials of all time. It was the Body Plus fitness machine, the USA Body Plus fitness machine. It was the Gladiator fit, you know, and I was the model showing how to work the machine. And then they had a bunch of the actual gladiators from the show standing around me and, you know, flexing and the whole thing. So people back home saw this piece of equipment and they would call me and go, "Hey, Vin, I saw this piece of equipment. It's like $1,000. It's 3 easy payments of, you know, whatever. And I think I'm going to get it." And I was like, "No, don't." And it's like, "But you're endorsing this." I was, "Oh God, no, I'm not. I was just a model." I said, "You got to understand, in between takes, they had to have a mechanic fix it because the thing couldn't even make it through the infomercial without breaking. It was so weak and creaky, and they would have to keep taking graphite and oil and everything else because it was squeaking and cracking and everything else while we were doing the ad." Right? And I was like, "Don't buy this piece of crap.
Yeah.
It's crap." Right? And that's when I realized it's like, wow, you know, media is powerful, right? And if I can ever do this my way, that would be the right way.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's what I did.
So, yeah, I want to be part of, you know, hire me. You hired Shelli, hire me. I want to.
Yeah. You and Shelli are my new, Chris, write down Maria.
Yeah,
If
we have
need-
a list.
Yeah. Start a list. At some point
I've told
Maria.
everybody. I actually spoke to a woman, and she goes, "I heard of him," and you know, I sent like 20 different, you know, things about you. Yeah, here it is. You know, all my friends. Anyway, God bless you. You're one of a kind. You're such a great storyteller, and you help so many people, and you help me indirectly too. I mean, it's not about weight loss. It's just about having decent people, you know, and you're decent, and I appreciate you. And so there's more than just health. There's a lot of, you inspire in different avenues, and so I just wanted to say that.
Well, Maria, you are too kind. Thanks for all the kind words. And yeah, if we ever need help with anything, where do you live?
I live in Boston, Massachusetts. Don't hold that against me.
I like Boston. What's wrong with Boston?
Nothing's wrong with Boston. I'm originally a Canadian. I'm from Toronto.
I was going to say she's not from Boston, but she lives in Boston.
Right.
Wait, hang on. How did you sneak across the border? We don't allow.
I did it legally, and I had to pay thousands of dollars. Okay, and I couldn't leave the country for 3 years. My husband is American, blue blood, you know, a total Yankee, you know, Yankee, because he's from here, I guess. Well, whatever. But yeah, don't talk to me about immigration. Okay, I couldn't leave the country for 3 years, and if I had a speeding ticket or I had any kind of citation in those 3 years, my ass would have been back to Canada. Okay, that was, I came here in 2000. Okay, yeah.
All right, hang on. I'm going to spell a word. I want you to say it. House. I'm sorry. House.
House, yeah. House.
Yes. All right. ABOUT.
Yes.
Say that word.
Oh, you want me to be Canadian? Out and about? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. House, out. Again.
You guys, everybody, they say about, they say a boot.
No, we say about. It's the about. And I'm not French Canadian, unfortunately.
They're the ones. Okay.
They're the ones that go, they go wah, wah. They speak through their nose. Yeah, it's the wah.
And
but,
you know,
I've been here for 25 years. I think I'm sound more American.
Yeah. You sound American. You sound more Boston than you do Canadian. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So if you ever come to Boston, you're staying with us because we have, my husband's a builder, and we have private accommodations for you. So
Oh,
we live
nice.
well. Yeah, you and Serena. I think she's absolutely adorable. Yeah, so come on in, bring your guns. We'll have a great time.
I try not to travel with guns, but yeah.
Okay, we'll have some for you. Don't worry.
Especially in Massachusetts.
Exactly. You got it, Chris. Yeah, Chris,
Yeah.
you're invited too. We have at least 3 bedrooms with private baths for you guys. So we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
You'll have your private.
We'll come. We love
Yeah,
Boston.
anytime. I'm gonna send you it. I don't know how to get a hold of you, but I'm serious. We do this for people all over the world. They come and stay with us when I meet them. And I met this guy that I liked in Germany, and he came with his family. So yeah. All right. Listen, go and deal with the people that really want to talk to you. I got to finish watching this U.S. Open. Osaka is losing. No, she's winning still. She won the first set. Wow. Anyways, I'm a big sports fan, and I got to watch the Red Sox as well. So all the best. And anyway, yeah.
Maria, nice talking to you, and we will be in touch whenever Chris and I and Serena and I, when we travel, we'll come to your place. PureVitaminClub.com, the best vitamins on the planet. PureVitaminClub.com. Go there right now. We make, when I say we, I mean me, and Chris works with me. We work hand in hand. We make the best vitamins on the planet, and we charge the lowest possible price. So you're really getting a deal at PureVitaminClub.com. When you go to PureVitaminClub.com or PureCoffeeClub.com, you'll be ending up on the same site. So when you're there buying your vitamins, check out the coffee. It's all on the same site now. PureVitaminClub.com, PureCoffeeClub.com. We got it all in one place for your pleasure. Go check it out. Chris, who do we have?
We have Rand up next, and Vinny, I have to say, I'm a little disappointed. You had her do the Canadian test, but you didn't have her do the Boston test, which is, can you say, park the car in Boston Yard? Right?
Park the car in Boston Yard. That's how she would have said it.
Just straight Bostonian accent.
Yeah. Let's find out where Rand is from.
Rand, give me that thumbs up. Ooh, proactive thumbs up. He knows what's up.
Hey, man.
Hey, how are you, Vin?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. I just got my magnesium and zinc yesterday.
Good. That's why you look so good today. All right.
Yeah. Zinc came just in time. The whole community seems to have a head cold. I've got it right now, so I got to keep drinking some water to flush things out.
Where are you in the world?
I'm in Ohio.
God, we had somebody from Ohio on last week's show. Yeah. I wonder why I have so many people from Ohio. Huh.
It's the best place to be.
Yeah,
Yep,
we're part of Ohio.
Just 2 people in Ohio. They both listen.
Yeah.
That's a tough question. I can't really tell you because I'm not close to anything. I am out in the middle of nowhere. Now you did. Oh, the train. You're working on the train.
Yeah.
I'm in Coshocton County, so we're going to have the county fair at the end of this month. They have a huge metal building with a train in it. Well, lots and lots of trains, lots and lots of tracks. I mean, we're talking like just a humongous train setup. So you can look it up just to find out all of the train enthusiasts here building just amazing stuff.
Are we talking models or full
Model train?
All right, and what's it called?
Coshocton County
Spell
Fair
that for me.
COSHOCTON. I have to see it. Back in
Coshocton.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it here. Yeah, I'm going to check that out as soon as I'm done.
I don't know what you'll find on the train, but it's open all week long during the fair.
Man, I got to tell you, I am all into this thing. I don't know. Did you see my train on X? Did you see?
I did not. I don't open X, but maybe every few months.
Chris, do you have it where we can put it here as a third frame so that he can see it here on the show and everyone else can see it on the show?
I may have to download it, but yeah, I can pull it up.
See if you could do it before Rand is done today, and we'll put it on the show because everyone's loving the train build. We're not there yet. I'm not done. I'm probably 2/3 of the way done, but my ski slope is not done yet. I still got to put cattle in the cattle yard. I got, talking about Canada and Hallmark movies. I have a Christmas tree lot. Yeah, I got it all. Yeah. Yeah, it's all there. I'm excited. I'm excited about this thing. And my wife said to me, she goes, when you're done with this, what are you going to do with it? And I said, I'm going to look at it. She goes, well, how do you play with this? I said, I can run the train whenever I want and just look at it. It's very peaceful. And she goes, but what are you going to do with it? I said, honey, we have art all over this house. What do we do with it? Sometimes you look up at the wall, you see it, and it makes you feel good, right? And she goes, oh, yeah. This is the same thing. It's moving art, right?
That's what they've set up in the train building. That's what it's called, the train building.
Yeah.
We're not very creative.
No, doesn't sound like it. But train building works. I mean, it is what it is, right? It's the train building.
Yeah.
Why call it anything else?
So I'm also like Shelli Arobi 1.0, right?
Yeah.
There is a bottle of Noble whiskey.
I see it. It's pretty good, right? Have you had it? Have you had some?
I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah, I finished my bottle. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm not saying this to, Mike Rowe is a friend. He doesn't pay for ad time on this thing. If you're going to drink a bourbon, it's up there. It's really good. It's one of those bourbons you can drink without, adding anything to it. You don't have to turn it into an old fashioned or anything else. You could just have it.
So one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, Vinnie, is after what's that work out to be 3.5 years ago?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
I'm having some trouble. I'm hungry all the time. If I eat 8 eggs for breakfast at 7 o'clock, by 11, I'm famished. I'm starving. Thing is, if I eat 3 eggs, I might make it to 11:30 and be fine, but then I'll be hungry. Thing is, I work in a job where I can't eat all day. I've got to eat before I get to work, eat at lunchtime, and then eat when I get home. Thing is, it's an hour car ride, and it's real hard to avoid those, a jar of mixed nuts or something. So I've actually added a notch to my belt instead of making it smaller and smaller. It got real small, but now I'm back up a notch.
Have you had blood work done? Do you know where your A1Cs are and that kind of thing?
Not lately. It's been about 1.5 years. Everything was pretty good 1.5 years ago, but I wasn't having much trouble 1.5 years ago.
Take me through your diet. Give me from the time you get up. Tell me everything you do from the time you take your first leak in the morning until you go to bed.
Well, I'm old enough. That's the first thing I do when I wake up is go to the bathroom. I unload the dishwasher, start the coffee, and some mornings I'll have some eggs for breakfast. My mom's got chickens next door, and so some mornings I'll have eggs. Other mornings I'll be running behind, not have any eggs. Usually that's between 7:15. Lunchtime, I usually have leftovers from the night before.
Hang on.
Okay.
Anything when you say coffee in the morning, you make the coffee. How many cups do you have? Do you put cream in it? What do we do with the coffee?
I have 28 ounces of coffee, I think it works out to be, or 26. I have 1 mug from the farm store, regular size mug. That has a heaping teaspoon of coconut oil in it.
Okay. So you have that whether you're going to have the eggs or not, you have coconut oil and coffee.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. And do you keep that coffee going all morning? How does that work?
So I have that mug before I leave. I then have straight black coffee. There is a pinch of salt in the coffee in the whole pot. I have a 20-ounce mug that I drink on the way to work,
Okay.
and that keeps me from eating on the way to work for the most part,
So
especially if I didn't get an actual breakfast.
am I hearing 48 ounces of coffee before you leave the house?
No, it's the mug, which that's a 6 or 8 ounce mug, and then a 20-ounce.
So 26 ounces of coffee.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of them has a big heaping spoon of coconut oil.
Yep.
All right. On those days when you don't eat anything, are you famished by lunch by 11?
About the same time, yeah. 11:30, 11:30, 12, somewhere in there. The busier I am, the better, obviously.
What type of work?
I sell and fit hearing aids.
Okay, so you're not
Not
in
active at all.
construction. Yeah, so you're sitting around.
I do, if I don't have any people around, I get a stand up, and I'll get a lot of steps in if I don't have anybody. But if I have people, the good thing is it distracts me from being hungry. The bad thing is I sit on my butt all day.
Yeah. So how do you have your eggs? Let's say you had 3 eggs, 4 eggs in the morning. Boiled, fried, what are you doing?
Fried,
Butter?
fried in butter.
And even if you have that, you're getting hungry by 11:30.
Oh yeah, I've upped it all the way up to 8 eggs. I don't do that anymore, but 4 or 5 months ago, I was doing 8 eggs, trying to get further into the day. Doesn't
Okay.
matter, 3 eggs or 8 eggs.
So what do you have for lunch?
Lunch is usually leftovers from dinner,
Which
um,
is
and dinner usually around 6:30 to 7:30
go back
is
to lunch. Go back to lunch.
okay.
What are you having? What are those leftovers?
Um, Ground beef meals, leftover steak. Uh, I don't heat fish up in the break room, but um, chicken. So tomorrow, is there chicken left for tomorrow? No, I won't have chicken tomorrow. Um, but my wife does a great job of cooking NSNG, and we usually have fish, chicken, pork, or beef for our supper, and then I take leftovers for lunch the next day.
After lunch in mid-afternoon, are you getting hungry again?
No, not until the ride home sometimes.
At what
That's
time?
5 o'clock.
And you said the ride is about an hour? How
Yep.
long?
An hour each way. Yep.
And that's when you snack on nuts?
Yeah.
Can you change that snack for me?
Sure.
Change it to and you're snacking because you're hungry or because you're bored?
Yes, both.
Okay. Can you change it up and do pork rinds that are cooked in their own fat, not seed oils or anything else? They make a lot of different brands out there that are pretty good. You would just have to research it. You could probably buy them. I don't want to tell you go get Epic. You know, Epic is one of the brands. They're expensive, but you can look around and find a brand. Don't get any flavor like barbecue or anything. They're always putting dextrose in those. I'm interested if you did that for a while and got off of the nuts, if that would help. What else are you having for dinner?
This time of year, zucchini.
And
And
that's the only meat jewelry is zucchini?
this time of year, pretty well, green beans as well.
Okay.
We have a garden out back, and zucchini and green beans are the main produce.
Okay. I have a garden too, but I'm never walking out there again. I've found 2 snakes back there in the past week. So I'm done. I'm
That
done.
just that keeps the mice from getting into the sandstone basement.
You know, I'll take the mice.
I'll take the snakes.
Jesus Christ. Snakes.
Send over.
Oh God. Damn snakes. You know, I'm done, man. I'm gonna sell this house. I swear to God. Okay, so after dinner, anything, any drinks, any alcohol, anything?
Very rarely. So almost all those bottles are all full. Very, very rarely.
Yeah.
Maybe every once a month, less than once a month,
Okay, I want you to get consistent. I
and
want you to go on.
water all evening
Okay.
and all day.
I want you to get really consistent with eating eggs in the morning, somewhere between 2 and 4, and get off of the nuts. What type of nuts were you eating?
Mixed nuts from
Yeah.
Sam's Club.
Yeah, those things are full of seed oils. They're full of everything.
Mhm.
Let's get off of those. And, if you need a snack on the way home, something like, a pork rind, or they make some beef bars that'll help beat the boredom. If you could do without it, that's even better, and just save it for dinner. Even if you're sipping a coffee on the way home or something like that, that's probably a lot better. Um, do that for several weeks and then come back on, and we're going to see where you are.
Okay.
And what I'm looking for is the waist going down again? Are you still feeling hunger pangs, or famished at 11? And, just this sort of thing. I just want to see where you are in a couple of weeks,
Okay.
because we got to start playing around to figure out what's going on. Are you getting any consistent exercise?
No.
Do you not like exercise, or is it just your schedule is too crazy?
A lot of it's the schedule's fairly crazy, and then if I have any time, like last night, I was down in the barn building a shelf. The night before, I was putting some mortar patches and some concrete.
Mm,
Nothing super strenuous, but it's got to get done.
yeah. On the weekends, do you get out, you and the wife, and go walk or jog or smell the roses, anything?
Um, it's been a hot summer here, and not as much as we sometimes do. We At the beginning of the summer, we did some kayaking. We hope to do a little more kayaking before the year's out. This past weekend, we went to a flea market, which was probably 10,000 steps in a couple of hours.
Oh, yeah. Try to do more of that on the weekend, but exercise is not the key to this. It's the consistency of what you're doing. You're driving a couple of hours each way. Look, I get that. I was living in LA for years. I was on that freeway all day long. I just made it a habit of, my thing was never eat anything in the car. The only thing I had in my car was water and coffee, period. Period. And I used to carry one of those Stanley thermos, like my grandfather had, with the
Yeah.
soup when he went to work. I have a couple of those. I still use them here, right? But that's how I made it through my day. We need to figure out what's bridging that gap for you, and I think it's those nuts.
I'm sure it's the nuts, but I I keep buying them.
Stop buying them. Throw away whatever you have. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I know I'm gonna get you to waste money here, but just get rid of them. Let's get
Okay.
moving in the right direction. Chris?
Is it what color is the container that you're getting from Sam's Club? I'm
Clear.
assuming it's the member's mark,
Yeah,
but it's got a label on it, right?
it does.
Do you know what color the label is? Because they have a couple different varieties.
It's with salt. I vaguely remember it's most recently turned purple.
Okay.
Their label changed within the last month.
What's in those, Chris?
Cashews, almonds, pecans, pistachios, hazelnut, peanut oil, and sea salt.
That's it.
Yeah.
And how long does that, for lack of a better term, bucket barrel last you?
Probably a week and a half.
Okay, so that container, Vinny, is 34 servings. 7 grams of carbs per serving. So if you're saying a week and I'm assuming that's a business week and a half, Rand.
Yeah.
So let's call it 7 days.
Yeah, 7 or 8 days.
So 34 divided by 7 is what?
4.8 something. Let's call it 5.
Let's call it 5. So how many carbs per serving, and then multiply by 5?
So that's 35 grams of carbs, and let's see, it's about 600, just right around 600 calories.
Yeah, and he's sitting all day. He's got a sedentary job. Yeah, that's probably Rand. I'm not a genius, but if I was, I would say that's the culprit. So, Chris, make sure Rand stay in touch with him, because I want him back on. Let's give him 3 weeks of not eating it, and put something else in the place of that. You know,
All
a
right.
beef bar like Epic makes them, and or or nothing, just coffee on the way home, or pork rinds or something like that, an animal protein or an animal fat, and try to limit what you're eating, right? Just because I'm telling you you can have pork rinds don't mean you can have the family bag of pork rinds every day.
Okay.
We have to be sensible. I want to get you
Right.
moving in the right direction. Okay.
All right.
All right. Chris,
Yes, sir.
I think we've had another successful show.
I think we did. And I was able to grab that video. Do you want to play that for Rand before we get off here?
Which one did you find?
The train one.
Oh, yeah. Let's pull it up. I want to see what they got there. Let's do this. New Year's resolutions have to do with diet and exercise. And of course, I do that every year, but I also try to do something different. This year, I'm learning how to build a model train. Check it out. It is. That's my model train. Rand, is Rand still there?
Yes, he is.
Pull him back up.
That's awesome.
You think they would like me over at Coshocton?
They would. They would.
Yeah. Put that thing in the back of my truck and drive it up to Coshocton and show them how to build a train over there.
Yeah. Hey, get it here by the last week of September. They'll put it on display.
Yeah, I'm not even, as you can tell, I'm not done yet. And I won't be done by then. It's a lot of work. It's way more work than I thought,
Yeah.
I've learned how to work with a lot of materials. And if it wasn't for the guy that comes over and helps me with this, it's Brett Jones is the guy's name here in Charlottesville. He owns a place called Rail Tales, and it's a thing.
One of the guys who builds the train there, I graduated high school with him. We played a lot of ping pong.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll make that the final word. We just found out that Rand plays ping pong. Folks, you know what to do. We all go shopping on Amazon. Before you go to Amazon, go to VinnieTortorich.com, click through the banner. It puts a little coal on the fire, gets our train down the track, and we're able to keep this show free for 1,000 years in a row. I want to thank Shelli and Maria and Rand for coming on today. And of course, Mr. Chris Shaffer. My name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living